My name's Elizabeth Smart, and probably many of you have met me, heard of me, are familiar with my story. I am 36 years old. I was kidnapped over 2 decades ago. My story isn't finished yet. I'm not perfect, but I've made it this far, and that's amazing. Ultimately, my childhood ended the night that I was kidnapped. I was not treated like a child during my captivity ever. They were monsters. That's the word that comes to mind when I think of them, because whatever they wanted, they took. And it went on for 9 months. When I was brought back and I was brought to the Children's Justice Center, I was offered a teddy bear to choose from. At that point in time, I've totally acknowledged that they were offering it to me with the purest, kindest intentions. But to me in that moment, here I was, a 15-year-old young woman who hadn't been treated like a child for a long time. And I guess to me, it felt wrong. It ended up ultimately feeling very uncomfortable and honestly very unsafe. And as an advocate today, one of my first priorities when it comes to someone who has just been taken out of a harmful situation is, are they safe? Are they physically safe? Are they in a safe place? I think it would have been really nice to have been given the option, if I didn't want a stuffed animal, a blanket. We have all heard the term security blanket, and I think there's a reason for that, because I think blankets do offer us a level of security. Even though blankets are just material or fabric, I don't know, when I wrap up in a blanket, it's a comfort to me. It really does feel like maybe there's a lot of bad things going in the world, but it's a little bit less bad when I'm wrapped up in a blanket. I feel just a little bit more safe. I think that would have been a nice option to have had that day that I was taken to the Children's Justice Center. When I'm at home sometimes just the best thing to do is just wrap up in a wonderful soft blanket whenever I'm feeling scared or triggered or something from the past popped up and shocked me. I don't know, for me, it brings a sense of safety. It brings a sense of well-being. It brings a sense of everything is going to work out and it's going to be okay. Today, I'm actually so excited because I'm going to the Peace House. I'm meeting up with Sandy from Minky, and we're going to be able to donate all of these blankets to the Peace House that will be able to go directly to people who need them. I just so deeply appreciate and admire how Minky is stepping forward and making this donation of these blankets to the Peace House. And I think these blankets, they're going to have a really big impact. When you're hurting, when you're scared, when it's taken every ounce of courage that you have to maybe reach out to the Peace House to ask for help, I envision these blankets being there to greet them and almost being given to them as you would give someone a hug to remind them you're safe now. Truly, we'll be giving peace and comfort, but also safety.
I'm so excited to be here today. I'm at the Peace House, and we are here today with Minky Couture contributing some blankets to their survivors, and we're so honored to be able to have the ability to give them something that's going to give comfort and coziness to wrap up in, and something that they can take home with them. This literally is one of my favorites, and it's so lush, and I think the girls will love it.
The Peace House was built to help survivors, to help people get out of the worst situations imaginable and try to move on with the rest of their lives. And so being able to be here and give blankets, I hope that they do feel a sense of security and a sense of peace, and that maybe the world is a little bit better than they thought it was.
When I think of what a Minky can provide, I hope that they can provide that security and reassurance that everything's going to be okay, and the hope that they are going to conquer this and they're going to get through it, and that they're going to help others by what they felt from us.
I feel like I could answer the question of what Minky brings 100 different ways, but I guess still, like, are bringing security blankets to the world. I hope I'm bringing education and awareness surrounding the topics of abuse and sexual violence and exploitation and kidnapping, because growing up, it wasn't something that was talked about with me, but it's so common. I mean, in America, it's 1 in 5. The national average is 1 in 5 women are sexually abused in their lifetime. In Utah, it's 1 in 3. We need to be fighting this from every level possible, from the top down, from the bottom up, from the side in. So I hope that this does become a reality, that in my lifetime that we see statistics begin to change. And I hope that's the world I leave behind for my children.